We back with DC strats for Nervier. This season, counters have minus 15% HP per second, and mechs and soldiers are buffed by 50% attack and 20% HP. This is the boss to skip, guys. This boss is extremely annoying this season. I will, however, be going over the mechanics of the fight, some tips and tricks, and I have a few example teams to use this season. All this will be stamped, which you can find in the video description, so let's go ahead and check it out. The expert only change is the boss's auto attacks don't hit just once now, it hits 4 times, which is why Dino dies so easily. The boss's pattern enhance changes the phase transitions from the original 66% HP and 33% HP to now 75%, 50%, and 25%. The new transitions at 75% and 25% changes the HP degen from 3% to 5%. The boss's special conditions gives all the adds 100% main stat, 1% AP regen, and super skill tier armor, so they won't be able to get knocked back by any specials. Start off with, the boss is a ranger that acts like a tower who sits in the back and spawns adds after adds after adds. The adds that are spawned consist of a whole bunch of little defenders that run at your team, a sniper that stands in front of the boss, and not only does he do a large amount of damage on his attacks, but he also does percent HP damage, as well as strips any barriers that are on the units that it hits. As well as this wonderful floating, I don't know, let's call it a totem support unit that sits there and blinds all ground units. Boss's special, indicated by the blue bar underneath her portrait, is just an AoE attack that pretty much only snipers can outrange. Everyone else will take damage and probably get knocked up. Boss's ulti, indicated by the purple bar underneath her portrait, is another large AoE. This thing hits like a truck. So you either want to sit there and try to time your units to not be in range of it, or you usually want to try an iframe or evade it. This boss has an HP gate at 70% HP that once you reach that, she will use a super level knockback that'll knock back any of your units back to your ship, except those that are immune to knockback. You can evade it or iframe that as well. Though do note that if you use anything like ults during it, she is completely immune, so you will be wasting your ult. Time for some stats for nerds. So this boss has 1.7 million HP, 1.9k defense, 2.2k hit, and 1.3k evasion. This means your tanks are going to need at least 1203 or more evasion, 2484 or more hit, or 1243 or more hit if you shred the evasion by half. So this strat has high risk, high rewards, and kind of stressful. Don't mess around. Seriously, don't mess around with your ship HP. It may look like you might pass, but if you get that low, a single shot can really kill your ship and waste a run. So that annoying sniper that spawns, it actually has a pretty long animation time for its attacks, though you can use your S1 on Detroit or other similar skills to sit there and interrupt its attack animation, and then it'll start all over again, which might buy you some precious time to save some units. We're gonna start off by trying to get our sweet spot here so that we can get some extra bonkage going on later on in the fight. We're going to deploy Ahorizon here, and we're going to try to take out as many of these as we can. If you don't even kill one, go ahead and restart. Killing 2 is great. 3 is a little bit too much. But as you can see, we get this nice little extra bonk here before our special, and then we wipe out the rest of those ads. Afterwards, we deploy our Dino Daddy a little in front so that the next sniper shot will hit our Dino and not our ship. If your ship is rather healthy, you can do a completely back deploy, but I still think it's safe to sit there and deploy just a little forward. For this strat, we wait for the last second to deploy our Wardens on the Vivian proc. We need as much time as we can possibly get here. And then it's just about pushing forward and trying to get through these ads and get our Dino to the boss. We go ahead and ulti here because we want to reset our hit counter. And that lonely deploy wasn't very optimal. I probably should have deployed after Curian. That way she probably maybe wouldn't have hit these ads right here, because we want her to hit the boss, but it doesn't seem to matter because Dino just kind of smacks hard. So we're good. And as we can see, Ahorizon's carrying this this match here, but that's mainly due to dealing with all the ads for us. For this team, we are using Detroit as the ship and Vivian as the operator. For Ahorizon, we are going attack speed, full anti-defender, anti-ground damage, as we're trying to kill those ads at the start. Sigma, you're just going full CDR, skill haste. For Shepherd, we're going a hybrid build with some anti-ranger damage. 34% A speed seems to be okay here. Spencer, we want full CDR. We want her spamming our skill as much as possible. Lonely, the same. We want CDR on her. Well, depending. You could probably go with HP. You only need to get one skill off and it has to hit the boss. Curian, we're just going as much damage as we can. Anti-ranger damage, attack latents, range latents, anything that just gives him some kind of damage. Wardens is the same, but unfortunately I don't have that type of gear, so I just kind of threw whatever gave him as much ground damage as I could. Rivet is sort of the same. I went with my anti-defender set because by the time I deploy her, I just wanted to clear out any ads in case any spawn. Alright, so we are deploying, trying to get that sweet spot for the mythical bonkage that we will be getting here. So we want to sit here and kill as many as we can with that bonk. 1's okay, 2's better, 3's a little bit too much depending, it could go bad, but as you can see we get that bonk right there. And we want to sit here and deploy Dino Daddy, hopefully in a spot that takes that sniper shot instead of our ship. After that, we're just going to sit here and wait for our DP to regain, get Spencer out so maybe we can sit here and speed up this clear a little bit more on getting, taking care of the ads. We deploy Daddy here with Sigma's ulti, giving us some extra DP so that we can get our Chifuyu back out, or well, out in general. And the fun part is either Chifuyu or Ahorizon can actually bait the boss's ulti if you hadn't reached there in time, but we want to go quick. And even though Dino shouldn't be turning around, and I really didn't have a choice but to use that ulti because I don't want to to lose Dino early, and I want to reset his hit counts. And you don't want to deploy Dorothy until after you've clicked Chifuyu's ult. Same with Detroit S2, as we want to have Dino, full debuff duration during the Vivian proc. And if your fight's going on a little too long, you will get Horizon's ulti, which you can sit there and use to finish the deal. And as we see, Dino Daddy carrying this this match for us. It's great. For the ship, we're using New Detroit, and for the operator, we're using Vivian here. For gear, on Horizon, I'm running Anti-Defender, trying to kill those little ads at start as quick as possible. For Sigma, we're going with full CDR, as much skill haste as you can fit on her. For Lurcher, I'm kind of going a hybrid build here. We don't need a crazy amount of attack speed, so we can fit some anti-ranger damage onto her. Spencer, we're just running full CDR, much skill haste as we can fit. So Yoon gear doesn't really matter, so I just have tank gear on it. Why not? Chifu, we want as much damage as possible. We're running with anti-ranger damage with attack set, much ground damage as we can fit. For Wardens, we're doing the same thing, anti-ranger with attack set, trying to fit as much anti-ranger and anti-ground damage as we possibly fit. And then for Dorothy, since she comes out at the very end, her gear doesn't really much matter. I'm just running general A speed, swift gear on her, but you can sit there and toss anti-ranger gear on her if you like. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps you improve your scores this season. I, for one, will not be going back in. I'm out! Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Institute by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord, link in the description. If you want to support this channel, there's a link in the description for that too. And as always, I will see you all next time.